Do you want a resume that will land you more job interviews? Or maybe you need a resume that will help you get a higher paying job. If this sounds like you, stay tuned, because in this video, I'm going to share 6 strategies to help you write a resume that will get you noticed. And if you stick around until the end, as always, I have a special bonus just for you. Hi there, I'm Heather Austin from ProfessorAustin.com and the Career Club on Facebook. And on this channel, I share simple solutions to help you launch a career you love. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Studies have shown that humans have a shorter attention span than goldfish, which is only 9 seconds. And our attention span just keeps getting shorter because of our digitized lifestyle. That's why I teamed up with my really good friends over at Red Rocket Resume to come up with 6 strategies to help you write a resume that will get you noticed. So let's jump into it. Tip number 1 is to have a clear message. This means starting with a clear vision of what you can offer. This will help you demonstrate what you can do for a company and why you are a great fit. Start by pinpointing your strengths. Determine what you are good at. What about your current position brings you the most excitement? What would others say that you do well? Knowing and understanding your strengths and your passions will help you tailor your resume better for each position. With your message defined, you are now ready to bring it together in what we call a branding profile, which is tip number 2. A branding profile is a brief description of your greatest accomplishments. It tells an employer who you are, who you help, and how you help them. It comes right after your name and contact information and appears right before your experience section. The great thing about a branding profile is that it conveys to a company what you can do for them rather than what you want out of the position. A branding profile is also known as a personal summary, a qualifications section, or even a branding summary. Here's a bonus tip. An objective statement on a resume is old and outdated. So if you've been using one, you need to get rid of it and put a branding profile in its place. Tip number 3, focus on the top half. The top half of your resume is by far the most important. This is where hiring managers and recruiters will look first. You have 6 seconds or less to convince them that you are the perfect candidate for an interview. Include a good contact phone number with a professional sounding email address, preferably a Gmail account with your first and last name or some combination of your first and last name. You could also use an email address from your personal website. Rather than a street address, include your personal LinkedIn URL. I created a video all about how to customize your LinkedIn URL, and I'll go ahead and include that in the description below. Tip number 4, highlight your accomplishments. Hiring managers and recruiters want to see the results you've made in your previous positions. They want to see the problems you've solved, how you solved them, and the impact that you've made. To clearly convey this, highlight your accomplishments rather than listing your job descriptions. One of the best ways to do this is by using percentages, numbers, and even dollar amounts. Doing this will identify the outcomes you've had and make you more attractive as a candidate. Tip number 5, make it relevant. Your resume should always be tailored to the position you are applying for. Closely review the job description for key words and place those keywords throughout your resume. This also means removing work experience that is more than 10 years old, unless it has a direct tie to the position and company you are applying for. And finally, tip number 6, place emphasis on the format. Put extra effort into the design and formatting of your resume. This can be difficult, but it is well worth it because hiring managers and recruiters receive hundreds of resumes. You need to do a little something extra to stand out from everyone else. I'm not saying you need to create an infographic resume unless your industry requires it, but there are a few simple strategies that you can put into place. First, consider using an alternate font. Times New Roman and Arial are 2 of the most commonly used fonts, which is why they should be avoided. Rather, use alternate fonts such as Garamond, Gale Sans, or even Cambria. Also, highlight sections by applying subtle changes such as bold text, line breaks, extra spacing, and even subtle color changes. And lastly, use lists. Bulleted lists are a great way to break up information and draw attention to things you want someone to notice. Thanks guys for sticking with me until the end. I promised you an extra special bonus, and here it is, the 6-second resume. It's a downloadable resume that you can use and tailor to apply for your next position. I'll go ahead and link it up below. So I have a question for you. What are your biggest challenges when it comes to writing a resume? Feel free to comment and connect with others below. And don't forget to hit the like button below, and if you're new here, consider subscribing. And I'll see you guys next time.